Well, this will never be another event, just another event for me, because every time I play here, I think about when I was a kid with my father, watching the guys play and standing outside the ropes dreaming of being inside it. And it doesn't matter how old you get or how many times you play. Every time I tee up on that ninth tee box, I think of that time I was standing there with my dad watching the guys play. I think about, although the golf course on the south has changed quite a bit, I think about all the high school matches that I've played there. We used to play 2 or 3 a week, and how much I enjoyed spending time on this golf course. So this will never be just another tournament for me. It was crushing, but the thing about this, Nick, is that it was the greatest year for the Chargers because we had a new coach, we have a new GM, we got great key players, we have a great direction, we got better every week, and we only lost one game by more than a single score. We lost to the Raiders by 10. Every other game was a single score game, which means we're in every game. If I equate that to golf, it's like putting. When you're putting well, they might not all go in. You might lip some out, but when those balls are lipping in, catching lip, you're putting well. You're not missing it by 6 inches. They're bound to fall, and eventually they will. And I feel like when you're losing games by a single score, you're in it. And it's just a small little factor, little play here or there that turns the tide. I'm excited about the Chargers next year.
Every year's a big year. Every year that I get a chance to compete and play in tournaments and major championships, and for as long as I decide to do it, every year is a big year. Every year counts. I looking back at starting at the beginning of my career to now, I know that I don't have 20 years in my prime where I'm 38. I don't see being 58 and being in the prime. Most guys don't dunk from the foul line at age 58. So it's a little different. But the outlook is still the same. You still prepare. I still prepare the same. I still work my tail off to be ready to compete at this level and beat everyone that I'm playing against. Can we just say I already have 9 wins because I kind of won Junior World here? But yeah, that was a long time ago. I almost won it when I was 17, but Pat Perez got me. And trust me, he ribs me all the time for it. But no, it's fantastic to be able to have had the success I've had on this golf course. And for me, I think that not just playing here in the tour event, but also putting a stamp on it with a U.S. Open win. That was a very special week, especially considering the circumstances that the things that I had to kind of go through to get to that point. But to have won regular tour events, but also have a stamp on it and be able to have won a major, we don't get a chance to do that very often, where we go back to the same venue that we play year in and year out. We did it at Pebble Beach. There's an event there every year, and then actually you have a U.S. Open there. Used to be the old World Series of Golf there in Akron, and then Jack won the PGA there. So there are certain venues that we play every year that every once in a while on a blue moon that you go back to in a major championship. If you're able to get it, I think it just, for me, the satisfaction is at times very overwhelming.